I thought moving into Oakwood Estates would be the start of some well-earned peace and quiet. After 20 years bouncing between military bases, my wife, Sarah, and I were finally back in her hometown with our 2 kids. We bought a nice brick house at the end of a cul-de-sac, with a long driveway perfect for her black Tahoe and my old pickup. What I didn't realize when I signed the papers was that we'd also acquired Karen Lancaster, HOA president, neighborhood watch captain, and self-declared guardian of Oakwood's appearance standards. The trouble started the first week. Sarah's patrol SUV, city-issued, spotless with official plates, sat parked in our driveway overnight while she caught up on paperwork inside. She's a sheriff's deputy, a damn good one too, and when she's on call, she keeps her unit close. Seems reasonable, right? Not to Karen. Next morning, there's a bright pink violation notice taped to Sarah's windshield. Commercial vehicle, not permitted, subject to fines. Sarah chuckled, crumpled it up, and tossed it in the trash. She figured it was a misunderstanding. I should have known better. The next week, we came home late from a family dinner. Sarah pulled into our driveway like she always does. Lights off, kids asleep in the back. Before she could even get the baby unbuckled, a pair of headlights swung into our yard. Karen, blocking our driveway like she owned it. I heard her screeching from inside the garage. "You can't park that thing here. It lowers property values. The bylaws say no commercial vehicles overnight." Sarah, calm as ever, pointed to her badge clipped to her belt. "Ma'am, this is my assigned patrol unit. It's a law enforcement vehicle, not a plumbing van." Karen didn't care. She whipped out her phone and called 911, right there, standing 3 feet from the deputy she was calling on. I watched Sarah try not to laugh as Karen yelled, "There's a suspicious vehicle and a hostile woman refusing to leave my neighborhood." Sarah didn't say a word, just leaned back on the Tahoe and waited. 10 minutes later, a patrol car rolled up, lights on, spotlight sweeping. The young officer who stepped out saw Sarah and immediately grinned. Rookie named Daniels. She trained him last year. "Evening, Sarge," he said, trying not to chuckle. "Dispatch said there was a problem?" Karen marched up, smug as ever. "Arrest her. Tow that SUV. She's trespassing and breaking HOA rules." Daniels looked at Sarah. She held up her keys and badge. "This is my driveway, Daniels. My car. My badge. You want to arrest me?" Daniels turned to Karen, politely but firmly. "Ma'am, you called 911 on the on-call sheriff sergeant for parking in her own driveway. That's not how this works." Karen turned purple. She threatened to sue. She threatened to call the HOA lawyer. Daniels reminded her about filing false reports and misuse of emergency services. Karen's threats evaporated real quick. Next morning, Karen tried to fine us again. Sarah printed out the county ordinance showing law enforcement vehicles are specifically exempt from any HOA parking restrictions. She even highlighted the part about how interfering with an on-duty officer is a big no-no. Then she taped that to Karen's front door, with an official county letterhead and a smiley-face sticky note that said, "Any questions? Call me directly." Karen hasn't spoken to us since. The Tahoe still sits in our driveway every night, shining badge logo and all. Nobody else in the neighborhood seems to mind. In fact, we hear they sleep a little easier knowing the sergeant's unit is parked right next door.